In today's video, together we'll explore the top picks for the most affordable places to travel worldwide. If there's one thing that we all love doing, traveling tops the list. Ask any person around about what they would love to do if they suddenly got a bucket load of money, and one of the most common answers you'll come across is, "Oh, I want to travel the world." And while traveling across the world is not cheap, traveling to some places that you thought was financially impossible is definitely not so. Which countries in the world offer the most value? Where can you travel to in 2021 that will allow you to go for a longer stay, enjoy a great vacation, and most importantly, doing all that by saving money? We will answer all these questions in our video, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 10. Fiji. Fiji water might be an expensive taste to have, but the Fiji island definitely isn't. Most of us imagine Pacific Island destinations as expensive destinations filled with high-priced resorts, food, and services, and that indeed is true. All the expensive island neighbors fit into this category, but unlike them, Fiji is actually cheap to visit. Of course, there are $1,000 a night resorts there, but you can enjoy the beaches, go diving, get a tan along with tasty seafood, all without worrying about how much of a dent it may make on your bank balance. Number 9. Vietnam. We're pretty sure that whatever list of cheapest places you come across anywhere, Vietnam is a place that will be amongst the top 10. And it has some very good reasons too. The cost in Vietnam, simply put, is very low. If you eat local, you'll literally have to struggle to spend more than a few dollars per meal. Even locally brewed beers cost as little as 20 cents per glass. You can stay at hotel rooms that are available at incredible value as little as $10 and will get you a clean and comfortable place to stay. As far as transportation goes, if you rent a motorbike, you are all set for the day. Just $1 will get you the tastiest soup with rice noodles, cilantro, amazing broth, and a whole shank of pork, so you don't have to worry about the food at all. Vietnam is really at its best when you just go a little off the beaten track. Away from the crowded tourist sites, Vietnam has some of the most fun places in Southeast Asia. The northern province of Ha Giang, the limestone landscape of Tam Coc, and many other such places should be on your itinerary. Number 8. The Baltic States. Whenever Scandinavia comes up in a conversation, it is fair to worry about money. Living in Scandinavia is expensive, so it is quite natural if you start thinking that the travels are gonna be tough on the pockets as well. But hey, how about we give you an option for Scandinavia on a budget? Often overlooked on the European travel trail, you will find the 3 small Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania tucked between the Nordic countries and Russia. And trust us when we say that these 3 spots can give you the entire Scandinavian flavor you want to experience. The Baltics may well remind you of Finland with its many woodlands, peat bogs, lakes, and log cabins painted in deep red. The people are really friendly and similarly fond of cross-country skiing, saunas, and vodka. The one key difference is that the costs are just a third of what you might find in the Nordics, and that's the difference you're on the lookout for, aren't you? Dinner might cost you under €7 and you will find a decent hotel room for 30 to 40 euros a night. Number 7. Nepal. Home to the Everest, Nepal is a very cheap country to travel through. In fact, with just a few dollars in your hands, you can get on with your vacation with good food, comfortable accommodation, and easily available transport if you eat, sleep, and travel using local options. You can get cheap and delicious home-cooked meals in local-run small cafes though. Local homestays and guest houses have a good reputation, and if you can charm the locals into letting you know the best amongst them, you'll be sleeping peacefully throughout the night. And if you already have Nepal in your travel checklist, you don't need us to tell you that the place is picture perfect. Mountains, a dip in the cold air, endless hikes and trekking, and friendly, smiling locals, Nepal is a place you should definitely take a trip to. Number 6. South Korea. When it comes to talking about well-known travel spots, South Korea usually doesn't make the cut. In our opinion, South Korea is a country not talked about enough. It's extremely affordable, it's high-tech, the food is mind-blowingly delicious and eclectic, the countryside is jaw-dropping beautiful, and the nightlife is out of this world. Truth be told, South Korea is one of the most underrated travel destinations out there. After all, take a look at the currency rate. With the South Korean currency at 1,100 won per $1 and most everything costing only a few thousand won, it will be super hard for you to actually bust your budget there. Just to put things in perspective, you can pick up bottles of beer in 7-Eleven for less than $1. Trains will also never disappoint you. They're cheap, fun, and great ways to travel. Not to mention there are a huge number of international flights, so listen to us and catch one to this place and enjoy a vacation that is cheap, fun, and very, very different. Number 5. Croatia. If you're a fan of turquoise waters, sunshine, and parties, look no further than Croatia to plan your next budget trip. Croatia has thousands of beautiful islands surrounding its mainland. It is also a year-round place to travel because of the excellent weather from May to October and beach and yacht parties that happen year-round and are definitely not a thing to miss. All of your essential expenses, we're talking about accommodation, transportation, and food, come at a fairly reasonable price tag. And if you're asking what Croatia offers in return, the answer is quite long. There is beautiful architecture to marvel at, interesting sites such as the Museum of Broken Relationships, as well as cute small towns to explore. The only way you'll end up spending more is if you decide to explore Croatia being in the middle of the tourist season. The reason is simple: prices soar high during July and August. To travel in Croatia on a budget, you need to travel in the shoulder season. Also, try to keep your island hopping to a group of islands to minimize transfers, and you will have a budget-friendly vacation on your hands. Number 4. Laos. Just like Vietnam, a very popular travel destination people on a budget go for is Thailand. But since you're already watching this video and trying to plan a trip that does not disappoint you, we kind of guess that you already know about a Thailand itinerary, which is why we bring to you another better and a much less known option, Laos. You can think of Laos as Thailand but without the mass tourism. It's sparsely populated, mountainous, and has nearly 70% forest coverage, and this makes it a perfect paradise for outdoor activities like trekking, climbing, kayaking, ziplining, and hot air ballooning. What's even better? Doing all these fun activities with just a few dollars a day. If you set foot in Laos, do not miss out on sleeping in tree huts and ziplining through the jungle canopy of the infamous Gibbon Experience, or Laos' most epic waterfalls in the Bulavan Plateau. Thanks to improved infrastructure, these days Laos has become more accessible without losing its low-key rural vibe. If you want to escape the crowds and crave some authenticity, skip the Thai beaches and go to Laos. You will not regret it. Number 3. Philippines. Why would people not want to visit this heaven? The Philippines is a place with the best islands, nicest people, and is a place to visit on a shoestring budget. The Philippines is of course a little costly than all of the others on our list, but you can still spend a whole month here for less than $1,000. The biggest expense to stay here is going to be transportation. as you have to take a flight or ship to visit other islands. But the accommodation here is very cheap, $10 a night if you tend to stay in a hostel. And also the food is fairly cheap too if you prefer to eat in local restaurants. You can also make advanced bookings to reduce the cost of your trip. Number 2. Mexico. Well known for margaritas and mariachi, Mexico is also a place for budget travel. What else do you need when you're chilling on the beach, getting sun-kissed with a margarita in your hand that costs less than $1? In Mexico, if you desire to have your meals even in the nicest restaurants, they're going to cost you between $3 to $10. And you can also stay hydrated for the whole day with juice that costs $1. For traveling, you can always take a bus for a handful of pesos, Mexican currency, or you can rent a bike for 20 pesos an hour, which is less than $1. The stay in Mexico is cheaper than expected. You can rent a private room in a hostel or guest house costing $20 per night, which includes your breakfast meal too. Isn't that great? Number 1. Morocco. With a view of the Atlantic Ocean, Morocco is not just a place in heaven, but also a place on a pocket-friendly budget. So do not forget to visit Morocco this season. Even the fairy tale-like hotels here cost you as little as $30, while hostels can reduce the cost to $6 a night. The transport here is also very cost-effective, and the longest route if traveled from a bus can cost you $10. The food is also very affordable, costing $5, and if you add up the drinks, the price can go up to $7. But if you're looking to cut the price even less, you can shop the food from grocery stores and the price will cut down from dollars to cents.